Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, November 8th. I think it is 1:30 in the afternoon. I've kind of lost track of time. I thought I would do a live, just an impromptu live. I got my old camera set up back, which I think works much better. The window on this side may cause a lighting issue. Sorry, itchy nose, allergies. But we're gonna go. We're in our brand new office. So my husband, you can see behind me, wrong shoulder, his desk right there. He has been working from home since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. He will continue to work from home for the foreseeable future. I do not, but I had an office for the purposes of this. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today is going to be mainly about cross stitch. I'm going to talk a little bit of quilting, although I forgot to bring something up, so maybe we'll wait for that for the next time. I'm what they call a multi-crafter. So welcome, join me. I hope you see something you like. Mainly cross stitch today, a little bit of knitting. If you're returning, thanks for keep coming back. Sometimes I wonder why you do, but people do, and I continue to get comments. My floss tubes are few and far between these days, as you guys can imagine. Well, the first thing is our big office move in the house. So this is a huge deal. My office was down in my sewing area. I had decided that I did not want it down in my sewing area, and it moved it upstairs into our spare bedroom that used to be this room. Then we had the pandemic. So now hubby's working from home for the foreseeable future. Hi, Mom. I have our son that moved back from Texas who is working from home while he waits to find an apartment. And I am not working from home. I'm teaching from the college. So, yeah. So you'll see his desk in the background. If I move this way, you'll see a chair of quilts in the back. I have to figure out a place and a way to display my quilts. Yeah, we're working on that. But we live in a much smaller house in a totally different environment now that everybody's working from home. So I thought I'd pop on, show you guys what I'm working on. I stole my old camera back. My husband had stole it for his video chatting that he needs to do for work. I gave him the other one that wasn't working so well. Stole my good setup back that my son, and I do have my ring light on, so you're going to see the ring light in my glasses if I tip my head. But other than that, let's show you what I've been working on. The last floss tube I did actually go through all of my October stitching, and I actually did not get very much farther on that. So I'm not even going to bother to go back and rehash that. If I decide to pull some of them out to work on, I will update you on the progress. I make a lot of promises on this channel, like I'm going to do regular floss tubes, and honestly, I really have a hard time committing to like doing them every week. But maybe now that I've stolen my setup back and everything's going good, it'll be easier for me to do that. I think before it was just the whole frustration of trying to get it set up and working. I don't know. It just stopped me from doing it. But let's show you what I've been working on and what's in my immediate future plans. So the first one that I've been working on as of late, no, we're not going to do that one yet. Hold on. Let's start down here. I put these in the wrong order, and my pile just fell over, so I'm sure you just heard that. It is 70 degrees here today. It's November. I'm not sure what state we're in, but I'm thinking it's not upstate New York. But here we go. Willow Hill Samplings, Autumn Alphabet. I really like this. I started stitching it with my friend Deb. I changed the color of the pumpkins. The top one's going to be white. The middle one's going to be, I think I picked out celery. It's a, cotton floss, I think. Hold on. Let me show you. I don't have, yes, colored cotton floss is called Celery, and then the bottom one's going to be Pumpkin Harvest from Classic Colorworks. But everything else is the called for. I am stitching it, I believe, 36 count something or other by Pictures Plus, and no ironing as usual, and this is how far I've gotten. I'm kind of subbing in as I see fit. I really don't have that much more to do. I finished the border around. There's a cat and a few more letters and it would be done. So really I should buckle down, and I have my needle hanging here. I should just buckle down and get it done. Maybe I will. It is in my immediate radar because I would like to get a finish. Just because we're still in autumn. Although I have to tell you, I have been really wanting the Christmas stitching as of late. The other one that I've been working on, let's show you the non-Christmas stuff first. Coming to America by Brenda Gervais. I bought the kit from Shepherd's Needle, I think. And we had been binge watching Turn on Netflix, and I decided, I'm going to start that, and I'm going to stitch it every time we watch Turn. Well, we haven't watched Turn in a little while, but I'm still... So the pattern is this. Hold on, I have... Must be pressing the keyboard. Here's Coming to America by Within Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. It is stitched on the called for because I bought the kit. Let's see what was called for. It's 40 count Vintage Country Mocha by Zygarde. I like stitching on 40 count. I need magnification, but I can stitch on it. I haven't gotten a ton done on this, but I've gotten a decent start. And I haven't been back to it, but it will stay in my immediate kind of rotation. So I got the top border done, one of the birds, one of the flags from the ship, and I'm working on finishing up the anchor and bringing that border down on this side. So that's what. I should hold them to that side so you can see my face. But that's how far I've gotten there. This hasn't even made it in the project bag yet. The kit came with all the called for colors. And as you guys know, I'm a messy floss keeper. So I always have to straighten them out. And then I just do that. So this is all the called for. Pretty, huh? Yeah. So that will stay in my immediate rotation. There's a lot of things I would love in my immediate rotation, but as it turns out, my current teaching schedule does not allow for stitching. I don't get a lot of stitching in Mondays or Tuesdays. Hardly at all. If I get any in, it would be before work, not after, because I'm working 12-hour shifts right now on Mondays and Tuesdays. I worked on, let's see, a little bit on Pandemic by Long Dog. As you guys know, they released this free for a period of time. I got it while it was free. I don't believe it's free any longer. But this is this. I'm stitching this on 40 count Heritage Linen by Picture This Plus. I am using a black silk. I bought a hank of black silk, and I'm trying to remember now. And I like this black because I don't know if you can get it. It's like a chalky black. It's very nice. Very nice to stitch with. And I don't remember where I ordered this from. Mom, where did we order our silk from? She's on. She will pipe in and let me know. I don't remember where I got it. But it's beautiful, and it's easy to stitch with. And I told you the fabric already. It's 40 count Heritage by Picture This Plus. And I haven't gotten a ton done, but I do pick it up and put a few stitches in it whenever I can. I do want to eventually have this done. I love the fabric and I love the pattern. So let's do it this side. those birds with the center flower there, that's what I've been working on. Gosh, look how nice it shows up on this camera. I wonder what picture grab it's going to give me when it uploads my video if I keep holding them over this side. But slow but sure progress on that. I have to tell you, I was just telling my mom earlier today, the monochromatics have become my comfort stitching. It's no color changes. I have pattern keeper up. Oh, Silks for You. Yeah, you're right. Oh, it said you just retracted your message, Mom. I'm not sure why. But I did get it from Silks for You. It took 5 to 6 weeks for it to get here. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I would order another hank and have it here for monochromatic. I have a couple other monochromatics. One is in my whip pile. It's a modern folk embroidery, and one is another modern folk embroidery, and it's a Zimmerman coverlet, and it's sitting in my drawer of mocking kitted items. Yep, I now have so many kitted that now the drawer mocks me when I walk by. The other thing that I've been working on, and I think we're going to go into Christmas now. I was hankering some Christmas stitching. Once we got to Halloween, I was over the fall stitching and I wanted Christmas stitching. Christmas is a big deal for Matt and I. We were married on Christmas Eve. You're right, Mom. I think I got mine from Silks for You and you got yours from Mrs. Sadis. So Christmas is always cool for us. A little funky this year because our youngest, Courtney, is out in California. We were supposed to go out and see her in June, and obviously we could not do that. And she's planning to come home for Christmas. We're not sure how that's going to land. So that's kind of where we're at on that. 2020. You'd think I'm getting a lot of stitching done, but I'm really not. And now I'm focused on Christmas shopping. We don't do a large shop. Do you know what I mean? We're doing small and meaningful. We've been doing that for years. Our oldest child is 30. Our youngest is 24. We have 4 grandbabies, so we shop for them. But really for the kids, we do kind of small and meaningful, if you know what I mean. The next one I'm going to show you is Jack Frost Tree Farm. It's almost ridiculous. I'm still working on this. I have all of the parts. I believe this is an 11 part. Maybe not. 6 part, 7 part. Yeah. I have all the other parts in the bag, waiting to be done. And I brought this back out to go into my holiday stitching rotation. This is on 28 count Monaco that I have tea dyed. Let's go this way. And you'll see, I just have this part over by this house right here. And I have a couple snowflakes to put in and some beak parts on those little cardinals. And then I can move down. I am going to stitch this all in one piece. All in one piece. And I don't know, my husband and I were talking one night. I thought that maybe once I got stitched I would make it into some sort of pillow to put in my living room. But we'll see. I'm not sure why it's taking so long. I started this in Mania of 2018. And I really just need to buckle down and get it done. I mean, come on already. Maybe this afternoon I'll put the crown on and just kind of stitch. I would love to get this finished, this house part finished. I'm off a stitch in there, so it's taking a little fudging, and I think that's why I don't want to go back. And I'm not ripping out. So I figured out I can make it work. It's just a matter of going back in there and making it work. And then I have beaks to put on these cardinals and there's a big snowflake up in here. It wouldn't take me any time at all to finish this one up. And all the rest are much smaller because it's a 7-part series. So this is the big one on top, and then there's a row of 3 underneath and a row of 3 underneath that. So I really do need to just bite the bullet and get this done. Would be nice if it was a pillow on my couch for Christmas time, but who knows. I make plans and then... No, Mom, that's on 28 count Monaco. The other Christmas thing I'm working on, well, there's quite a few now. I've been working on Kringles. Kringles was a start for me. Oops, the glare. There you go. Kringles was a start for me this year in Mania. By Little House Needleworks. And I just like it. Love it. I'm stitching it with all the called for. So, again, floss is a mess. You know. It's all the called for floss. It's beautiful. It stitches up really nice. It's being stitched. Oh, threads everywhere. You know me. Right? It's on 30 count Parisian gray, I believe. I love stitching on this. It's an easy stitch. It's a very light linen, so it's not difficult for me to hold. Let me fold this in half. There we go. So I've got not quite half the roof done. I believe this one's also 3 rooms across. So lots to do on it yet. I have lots of fabric left. Here it just goes on. I don't think it goes all the way down. But it would be nice if I could. I think what I was thinking was that I would follow the brick all the way down one side and, you know, like stitch all the way down one side so that I could cut the linen because it is a little long. But I like it. It's with all the called for threads. Why change what's... If it's working, why change it, right? Mom, how's the video quality on this? Is it working? So I will probably stitch on this one a little bit more tonight. As I settle in for the night. So that's that one. So the next couple I'm going to show you are starts. And there's one that I started and I stopped, and there's a specific reason I stopped. So I pulled this one out because I have a lot of large projects going and I wanted some smaller projects. I'm just seeing what's next to me yet to go. So I pulled this one out. It's called Cranberry Christmas. It's from Hands On Design. I believe this was... That light's causing a lot of glare. This was a Nashville release, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this was a hands-on release by Hands On Design, or Nashville release. And I got all the called for sulky threads. Let me see if I can. It's in my boobies bag. You're going to know what I mean by that, see? I got all the called for sulky threads. And I did not get the called for linen, but I got something that I felt, I had something in my stash that I felt was very close to the called for linen. Okay, I'm going to show you. So this is the thing. This is the linen I chose. I feel like that's pretty close, don't you think? Yeah, it's a 32 count natural linen that I got from Hobby Lobby. And the called for colors, I don't feel look, let me get this straightened out so you can see. I don't feel like they look like the picture. I feel like the picture, the colors are deeper. So let's go this side. See how those reds look really rich there? Okay, focus. These reds do not look like that to me. So I think what I might do is restart. Pick different colors and restart, which kind of stinks because I don't even think the green is well reflected. And I know that it happens sometimes in photographs, you know, but let me put these next to each other. Or let me put it. See if I can get some glare out of there. See the difference there? And I'm going for this look. So the whole reason I stopped working on it was because I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I do like the linen. I think I just may have to scrap the flosses that I'm using and pick different ones. And then I would probably like it a ton better and get back at it. I put it aside and did not work on it anymore because I just didn't like how those colors were working out. It's not what I wanted. So I have to figure that out. I don't know if I'll do that today or not. The other thing that I started was Barbara Anna has a mystery stitch along called Christmas Cake. It is on creativepoppy.com. You can still get in on it. This was the part 1 release. Part 2 released on November 1st. I have not started part 2. I'm catching up on part 1. This is why this is the only sale I have going, because sales I have a hard time keeping up with my current work schedule and stitchy time. And it's working out nicely. I'm using the Call for DMC. I'm stitching it on 32 count Country Mocha from my stash. And it looks nice. I like it. I like Barbara Anna. I don't stitch enough of her, but I like how it stitches up. I like her colors. I like the bright colors. I just like them. So I still have to print off part 2. I think the 3rd and final part, I don't remember if there's 3 parts or 4 parts, but I think it releases the 1st and maybe the 15th of every month. I was working on that today. This next one was a start and a finish and another start. So if you guys followed the Housewives of Cross Stitch, you know that they've been releasing ornaments and cups and all these other things. I'm not really into the cups, but I am liking the ornaments. So the first one I did it's called Santa's Cookies. And I stitched it on black. And there he is. My goal is to get some of these done. These are stitched on chalkboard black Ada, 14 count. The second one that I've started is called Mrs. Claus Cookies. Also stitched on 14 count chalkboard black Ada. And this is where I got to yesterday. This is a 24 hours of cross stitch weekend. So I went into this weekend thinking I'm going to get 24 hours. I'm team sleep because I don't sleep that much. I was hoping to get a bunch of stitching done on Friday. Oh man, that did not happen. We had a lot of things going down on Friday. I'm off this semester. I'm home Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's nice. I get a 3-day weekend, right? We just had a lot to do. As you guys probably know from the preface of my last video, we had to, we lost our dog Riley, our lab, last week, Friday. So we had to go pick up his ashes yesterday. We took our other 2 dogs to the groomer yesterday, or not yesterday, Friday. And where else did we were running all over. He and I thought, excuse me, I think we were running all over the place. I said something to him that afternoon. Man, we've just been running all over the place. And he said, yeah, I think we had been to Walmart twice for whatever reason. I have a tickle in my throat now from allergies. We've had a hard frost here, but it's very nice outside. So I think things are starting to come back alive because it's been nice for the last few days. So. But yesterday I sat down. I'm not going to say I got 12 hours. I will say that I probably got 8 hours of stitchy time in. I cannot sit there for hours and hours and hours and stitch. But today I'm getting a little more in. This was yesterday. I will work on it again today. The other ones that are on my immediate radar, and I already have fabric. These are remnant pieces from their truck of the month, if you guys belong to them. in the jars. Other ones I've got are Gingham Greetings, Gingerbread Cottage. All of these will be stitched on chalkboard black Aida, 14 count. 14 count Aida is super easy for me to stitch on, so that's why we go for that. This one is Sweet Delivery. And this one came free with one of them. I'm not really into the cups, but I don't know if I haven't decided whether I'm going to stitch that one or not, but I did print it off and put it in here. I'm using kind of a combination of colors from my stash and the called for. I do know they came out with 2 newer ones this week. I am going to get those and add them to this packet and just keep working away on ornaments. So that's that. The other whip that I've been working on is my biggin. It is my Mushroom and Fern Chatelaine. Mushroom and Fern Mandala by Chatelaine, and I'm not taking this off the scroll rods. This is on a set of scroll rods that my husband made for me. I'm going to let this kind of focus in. My work has been mainly in the center, so now in the center circle I have all of the X's in. I have 3 areas where I need to put some specialty stitches in. Otherwise, the center is done except for the beading, in which I've started here. Yesterday, I spent some time in the meadow, which is this area right around here. Got all these umbrals in around, and had started going in to put these little scrolls in. And that area alone took me, I think I was stitching for 2 hours. I love working on the chatelaine. I do. It's beautiful. The pattern's awesome. And I have area down here done that's on the scroll rods. The back is a mess, so we're not going to show you that. I love working on it. But it's a lot of specialty stitches, and it's not just X's. So it takes a lot more time. I wish I was seeing more progress. That's going to be a process. I totally enjoy stitching on it. I had to take it off the huge frame that I posted a picture of last week because I needed that frame out of my living room. Going into holiday season, I need the room for a Christmas tree and things like that, so that had to come out. It got disassembled and put in a closet. So hubby made me these extra large scroll rods, and he modified my floor stand to be more like Nicola Parkman's from Hands Across the Sea, where it just has arms that have dowels at the end that hold the frame. So I'm all set with that, which will work out well. And so these things are going to stay in my immediate rotation. They're right in the bin next to my stitchy chair. I pull out. I'm still very much a seaweed. I stitch what I want when I want. I make all these plans. Like, I think my plans for 24 hours of cross stitch was to get the whole meadow done around the center circle of that chatelaine and get the whole top floor bricked in on Kringles and to get my Barbara Anna caught up. I have not reached any of those goals, but I'm stitching and having fun, and at the end of the day, that's what my stitching's for. So, yeah. I do plan to stitch the rest of the afternoon away today. I might do some of it out on my deck since it's so pretty outside. But I have a couple things that I'm adding into my immediate radar. Well, one for sure, the second will be an if thing. This is Jardin Privé, and I'm not going to pronounce this. I started this in Mania of 2018. It's on some sort of mystery linen. I wasn't keeping track of my linen back then. As a matter of fact, stitching on linen was a big deal for me. In 2018, I think I'm using the called for DMC. This is where I am right now. See, it's a pretty see-through linen. And I at least was smart enough not to carry any of my threads, I guess. I do have one funny story. I have one that I started on a fairly thin linen. And before I knew anything about stitching on linen and needing to, you know, not carry your threads, dark threads across the back of a very thin linen. And I did drag my threads all the way across. Anyway, I didn't like how that piece was turned out anyway, so I kind of ditched it and I'll restart it next year on something else. But this is where I am now. It's coming back into my some sort of rotation, whatever. I use the term rotation loosely. I have a bucket of projects that I want to focus on this week. And so if I put stitches in each one, I'm happy. The other thing that I would love to do, as I have a new start, I told you about my mocking drawer of kitted items. I have a lot, and I stole that term from Olivia at Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. Check her out if you have not checked her out. I must have 13 projects in there that are just about fully kitted. The floss isn't even on the rings. Okay, so let's get this kind of... I have had this pattern for over a year. I planned to start it during Mania, and I did not. Mainly because I ran out of desire to start new projects because I have a ton. This is called Lantern Lane. It's by Little House Needleworks. Love this pattern. Look at that house. You think this is not going to be very big. And it's not going to be gigantic. It's not by any means the largest project I have going. The Mushroom and Fern Chatelaine stitched area is 27 inches, I think, or close to it. So this is nowhere near this close. It's 199 wide by 125 high. I have a piece of 36 count light mocha Edinburgh linen, 13 by 18, that it will fit on quite nicely. And I've used, let me see if I can get these organized for you. I have pulled my own conversion. I did not have, I had one of the called for, it calls for Belsois Silk and Chocolat. I do have that one. I have substituted all the other flosses, and some of them are not even on floss cards yet, so you're going to get them raw here in a second. But I would love to start this one, but my thing is, if I'm going to start this one, something else needs to either be completed or caught up. So these are my flosses. I have, this is the chocolate silk right in here. And then I have this green that's also silk. And I decided to make the house cherry cobbler red. I think those are pretty Christmas colors. And I think that they will work nicely on this fabric. What do you think? I think those will do nicely. There's a black and a white. There is a golden here. I think those will work nice. So the only one that I'm using called for is the Belsois chocolate. Chocolat. The rest I'm subbing in. But I would love to start that one. I don't know that I'll be able to. We'll see. Nothing gets started unless something else gets finished. That's my mojo right now. And I have a lot of large projects going. So I would love, even though I'm nowhere near close to finishing any of them, to see some sort of finish, some sort of major finish soon. So that may mean that I focus on something until it's done. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. One last thing to show you. I've been working on those socks. So I had my first pair of socks. It seems to be taking me forever. It's not that they take forever. If I sat and knit on them, they wouldn't take forever at all. So I had one done, as you guys know. Okay. The other one, I started the toe last night. So this one, I'm hoping to have this one completed tonight. And then I will have it blocked on my sock form, and those will be done. I'm not sure that I will start another pair of socks anytime soon. I have an Afghan going and a scarf going. I would like to finish those up first. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Going live is the easiest way for me to do it because it goes straight up on the YouTube channel. By all means, comment below. I'm going to start doing giveaways, I think, next week. I have a bunch of patterns that I will never in my lifetime have time to stitch And if you do, then it will be great. All right, guys, have a good day. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week. Bye.